The NIA has revealed shocking details in the Red Fort explosive car blast case. Investigators say terrorist Dr. Umar Dabi was trying to create a suicide squad by brainwashing young men. Over 70 videos, including 12 highly suspicious clips, were recovered from accused person's phone. These videos were sent to 11 youth, 7 from Kashmir and 4 from Uttar Pradesh, Kerala and Karnataka. Agencies suspect Umar was trying them as future suicide bombers. The NIA believes the group was planning a larger terror attack using a dedicated Fedayeen team. The Election Commission has issued a strong warning that officials will be held responsible for any mistake in the SIR process. The Commission has set a December deadline, but field-level workers say the workload is extremely high. Many BLOs are reporting stress due to tight timelines and constant pressure from supervisors. In a disturbing development, 3 BLOs in Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh and Kerala have died by suicide, raising serious concern about work conditions. The Election Commission says strict monitoring will continue to ensure accurate voter list updates. Prime Minister Narendra Modi is on a special visit to Andhra Pradesh and Tamil Nadu today. He first reached Puttaparthi, where he offered tributes at the Mahasamadhi of Satya Sai Baba during his birth centenary event. Modi also released a special commemorative coin and postal stamps in his honor. Later, the PM will travel to Coimbatore to inaugurate the South India Natural Farming Summit. He will also release the 21st installment of PM Kisan, giving financial assistance to farmers across the country. RSS Chief Mohan Bhagwat spoke at a cultural program in Guwahati and delivered a strong message on national identity. He said India does not need to be officially declared a Hindu nation because the country's ancient culture already reflects these ideas. Bhagwat said that anyone who takes pride in India and its heritage is Hindu in a cultural sense, not necessarily a religious one. He added that India's unity, diversity and long-standing traditions are what define its civilizational identity across the world. US President Donald Trump has made a bold announcement about the controversial Jeffrey Epstein trafficking case. Trump said that as soon as Congress completes the process and the bill is finalized, he will make all sealed documents public. The US House of Representatives passed the bill with a massive 427 majority, showing rare bipartisan support. Many believe the documents contain names of powerful politicians, businessmen and celebrities linked to Epstein. Trump said transparency is necessary so the truth can finally come out. External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar met Russian President Vladimir Putin in Moscow and shared India's strong stance on global terrorism. Jaishankar said India follows a zero-tolerance policy and urged SCO nation to take strict steps against terror networks, extremism and separatism. The discussion focused on security cooperation, regional stability and counter-terror strategies. Both sides also reviewed ongoing defense projects and diplomatic ties. India emphasized that the world must unite to stop countries that support or shelter extremists. In a major statement, US President Donald Trump has said that Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman had no role in the killing of journalist Kamal Khashoggi. Trump dismissed previous American intelligence reports suggesting MBS approved the murder, calling them controversial and incomplete. He said there is no clear evidence that the Crown Prince knew about or ordered the killing. The comment has once again raised debate in the US and worldwide, as many human rights groups still believe Saudi leadership was involved. The United States is preparing to sell 48 F-35 stealth fighter jet to Saudi Arabia, but American security agencies are worried. According to a Pentagon report, China could gain access to sensitive stealth technology through this deal, which may threaten US national security. Officials fear that if China studies or reverse engineers any part of the aircraft, it could weaken America's military advantage. The deal is under review and defense experts say the decision must be taken very carefully due to long-term strategic risk. The Indian stock market opened on a strong note today. Sensex surged more than 200 points and is now trading around 84,900, showing positive investor sentiment. Nifty index also climbed nearly 50 points, supported by heavy buying in major sectors. IT and banking shares were the biggest drive of the rally, with several blue-chip companies posting early gains. Analysts say global cues are stable and domestic optimism is helping markets stay strong. Investors are watching quarterly earning and economic data for further direction. In a surprising result at the AFC World Cup qualifiers, India lost 0-1 to Bangladesh, marking their first defeat to the neighbor in 22 years. The match remained tight, but Bangladesh youngster Morsalin scored the only goal, giving his team a historic win. India struggled to convert chance and could not break the strong Bangladeshi defense. With this defeat, India has slipped to 4th place in Group C, putting pressure on their qualifications hope. Fans and analysts have called it one of India's most disappointing performances in recent years. A strong cold wave has hit northern India, causing temperature to fall sharply across several states. In Rajasthan, 16 cities recorded temperatures below 10 degrees Celsius, making it one of the coldest start to winter this season. In Madhya Pradesh, Rajgarh was the coldest place at 5.8 degrees Celsius as chilly winds from the north pushed temperatures even lower. In Himachal Pradesh, extreme cold condition froze waterfall and streams in Lahaul and Kullu, creating icy landscape. Weather experts warn that the cold wave may intensify further in the coming days. That's all for today's bulletin. We'll be back with more updates next time. Until then, this is Tamanna Rizvi signing off. Have a good day.